Part 3, Debriefing May 20th. My point with some of the in-depth disclosure about what I did the past 2 or 2.5 weeks of preparation was we never got rattled knowing with what I did how close we were to martial law. I did go into a form of war mode. I've had to make decisions that you can't hesitate with fear of failure. So dealing with this is still serious, but it's not at that degree. The pressure's not there. If you're wrong, you're going to get thousands of people killed. And you'll be the sacrificed lamb for the feds. Suddenly covert detached units become, well, they didn't handle it right. Here's the command staff here. They didn't handle it properly. That was a little stressful. But what we're dealing with now, I see as a problem. It could be hellish and it could be painful for all of us. But I feel a sense of in control here by making threat assessments and responding to what I see needs to be done. And yes, I don't like spending the remaining money and funds on some of these projects. It costs like hell to do most of it. But however, it does buy some stability in hard times. And I want you, if you haven't, study the nations in the past 20 or 30 years that have collapsed. Go back and do Argentina. Study Bosnia. Study the Vietnam era. Study the parts of the Soviet Union that busted up and some of the problems they had with food distribution. Study parts of the world that went under dictatorship. If you have time, learn more about Germany and the concept that it was dual funded out of London and New York. Yes, it was. You know that by now. I believe we are going in a direction, again, I said before, socialism, fascism, and communism are not in the United States of America Constitution. However, if there are people that want to debate the concept if it's okay, well, don't waste my time, people. I don't go to other sites and find reasons to attack people. I don't have time as it is for the internet. I make time. But I'm not going to make time to argue and debate with people that disagree with the Constitution of a republic form of elected representatives and a republic form of law that protects the citizens, all 300 million of us plus, from a tyranny and abusive, out-of-control government that we have. I'm not going to debate socialism, fascism, or communism. I'm not. We don't have time to be arguing the people that do. I didn't argue with the idiots in politics in D.C. I had a command staff. They took the calls. I didn't want to talk to them. I knew their bullshit, childish games. I believe in God, but I'm a political atheist. So when I use the word atheist, I put that in front of it. I'm a political atheist. I've seen the dirt and devious tactics the Democrats and Republicans practice. And then try to claim victim and point fingers at everybody and turn the American people against each other or blind party loyalty. We don't have to have a government of Democrats or GOP. We don't. We need a republic form of government with responsible, honest, based on morality, decent Americans elected to represent the people. That's what we need. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. I believe in this briefing, I'm going on different topics. I'm trying to hit some highlights, and I may return back to some. I would say this summer could become very hot. The fall and the winter. I just don't see how we're going to make it out of 2009 without you going into another 24-hour reset, and you may cross the line. The crisis may come to your door or your FEMA region. I do foresee the strong possibility of some of the wildfires that I've mentioned developing into major critical incidents. Again, we came this close to martial law over the staged hybrid viral release. We're not even bringing the economy, staged or real terrorist acts in this country, war in the MidEast or elsewhere, or extreme violence in this country. The inflation is starting to hit in. We're noticing. I'm trying to make a lot more time to watch that, but my time is limited, and I will and do need to follow more on the inflationary track. But I try to go to people with the expertise. If I had a legal problem, I go speak with an attorney. If I have a medical problem, I try to go speak with a physician or someone in the medical field. And that's my analogy. I try, and I encourage you, validate what you're being told. You not argue and debate and cause dissension. Take responsibility and find reliable sources, credibility, and make your own conclusions and decisions. The feds want us to be spoon-fed with a controlled media. When I tell you something myself, I'm not going to put the Constitution or this patriot movement above me. I'm not going to change. This is the same demeanor I had facing crisis and harm's way and sending men and women into harm's way, or myself. I'm not going to put myself above this cause. And I encourage you to be discerning, very discerning, and objective and fair in your information and processing. Well, at this time, I have Otis and Moses taking another nap throughout these videos today. This should conclude the debriefing, and like I said, I will be out on the security fence project trying to face that challenge and some others behind it around here on preparation. And I always wish you peace, freedom, liberty, and safety, and now good health. Thank you.